To our fans, there is one thing that we believe you should definitely know, and that is a simple phrase: becoming is better than being. That's precisely why we consider ourselves here on this table to be a work in progress. It means that you are never complete and you always have that opportunity to become someone better, except for MC Squared.
Now, for everyone on this panel, I would like you to know that being a work in progress means that you have the opportunity to be comfortable with making your mistakes and accepting yourself for who you are, even if you are a masterpiece like MC Squared.
Oh, no. Okay, so, retake? No, anyways.
Okay, you guys can whip up more mistakes for yourself. Welcome to Work in Progress. My name is MC Squared.
I'm Aileen.
And I am your host, GK. Welcome to the show. So before we delve into our discussion today, we're keeping with a theme that we've done last week and this week, where we're just keeping it a little light. Election period was stressful, so we're going to keep it a little light. So today, before we get into our discussion, we're going to do an icebreaker by our own producer, Miss Anna herself. And she's made a game where she's written some TV films and series from all over the world. And then you have to describe it in one word. If you can't do the other word, you add up to 4 times. Okay? To the next opponent.
Okay.
So you get me?
Yes.
Sorry,
get it? MC Squared? So there's a list of things right here, Mr. MC Squared.
Yes.
So the person will look at it.
What's wrong
and
with
then you can describe it. So MC Squared, you look at me and you'll describe it. You'll ask, is it, you use one word. I use one word, then you see if you can get it. Next word, can you get it? Next word, like that. Okay?
Fantastic.
So it's a team game. No winners.
So. But definitely losers.
Definitely losers.
I thought Anna likes me, but...
Okay. Green.
What?
Green.
Green. This movie they have acted with...
With who?
The ogre, the one with the ogre.
Shrek.
Correct.
Right.
Hey.
You're so
X, take it in.
I was surprised I got that.
Oh. Genius.
GK.
No, crazy. What are you doing? Gifted?
No. Scientists.
Scientists.
The theory of everything.
No.
The Matrix?
No. I said genius of sciences. California.
The
Genius.
social network.
Nope.
Science.
Okay.
California. Is it the one with Hawking?
That was the
No,
theory
that
of
was the
everything.
theory of
The theory of everything.
Yeah, no, it was
MC
nothing.
Squared, I expect you to get this.
The
got
one-
it,
the one
Big
with
Bang
Matt-
Theory.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Come on!
I gave you some.
That was rigged for me, but you didn't describe it well.
Okay, how would you have described it in a word?
Number 1, genius was right. Number 2, physics.
I said scientists.
Science.
No,
not
physics
all
would
physicians.
have
They're not-
narrowed it.
They're not.
Physicists.
Amy
Anyways.
was a neurobiologist, Bernadette was a microbiologist, Penny wasn't a scientist.
There you go. Kindly pick a piece, Mr. Francisco. Now, this is where I'm afraid. This is where the game will turn. Listen to his
Have some
descriptions.
confidence
Listen to his
in
descriptions.
him.
Let's
Have
listen.
some confidence.
Surely.
Sorry. I have opinion. I have opinion.
Surely. You said we can use up to 4 ones.
But you start with one.
Okay. Love.
Love Island.
No.
No.
You can't use the same word in the word. Okay.
Yeah, you wasted a guess. Hang on. Love. There's so many rom-coms. I can't think of any.
Okay, next word.
Yeah, I need to narrow it down, so I'm not going to say anything.
Sitcom.
A sitcom about love. Oh, there are very few of those. Friends.
You got it.
How?
Thank you.
You could have said New York. You could have said coffee. You could have said park.
He got
the
it.
The next one would have been pre-2000.
Okay, so
You'd have got it.
African.
What?
African.
12 years a slave.
African, not African American. African.
No, I thought would refer to the actor. Okay, Sugar.
Sahara.
The gods must be crazy.
Correct. AX is really not picking up the load in this
I'm really
game.
not. I'm really not. Okay. Meth.
Meth.
I got it. I got it.
Say it.
Breaking Bad.
Yep. Yeah, you see, I'm a good person to give clues. That is where I
Talk
shine.
to me directly.
That is where I shine. That's where I
Talk
shine.
to me directly. Talk to me directly. Lol.
My God.
Okay.
Is that one of the words?
No.
Just playing.
Okay. Our producer. Okay, you said I have to.
One word.
One word.
Okay. Our.
No.
Word number 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Producers.
Nope.
Word number 3.
Yeah.
Name.
Annalise.
Come on.
Annabelle?
No.
George.
No.
Anna.
Inventing Anna.
No.
Oreo.
No. You guys are disappointing.
You just told us our,
Our producer's name.
Yes.
But he told us nothing about the show.
Yes.
Fernandez.
No, twist the name.
Okay.
Yeah, twist the name.
Okay. So that name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Annabelle.
Anna backwards is Anna. I
No,
said
not
Annabelle.
that far. Not
Anna
that far.
backwards is Anna, so it's not
Not
inventing
that
Anna.
far.
Anne Frank.
No, not that far. It's just one name.
MC Squared, you have failed us in this
Sorry,
one.
I've
What
never
is it?
heard of this movie.
Annie.
I've never heard of this. Is it a show? Is it a movie?
It's a
It's a
musical.
musical. Oh, that was
Never heard.
terrible.
But it was hard. I would not have gotten
To be
it.
honest, in his defense, if he didn't know it, he doesn't have a reference point, then yeah.
I don't.
You did good. You did good. With the information you had, you did good.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you.
This one will get in one, and AX will get this one. Assemble.
Avengers.
There we go.
Why would you put it back?
Sorry. It was dramatic effect.
Okay, I think we have...
Okay, let's do one more round.
Okay.
So we'll stop with me.
Am I allowed to do lines? Can I do science? Okay. That's number 1.
Give us number 2.
Boat.
Both.
Captain Phillips.
There we go.
I am captain.
Look
now.
at me. I'm the captain
I am
now.
the captain now.
I would not have gotten that one. I would not have got it.
Mr. The man who was shouting, meme, 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 meme. You didn't get that meme?
Lol, you're boring. Oh, memes. Memes was my keyword for today. Okay. Jail.
Shawshank Redemption.
Nope.
Prison Break.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's conclude with me. Since I'm the best describer, clearly the rest of you are
Lol.
second
Lol.
minute. Okay. Burundi.
Oh, the hotel in... Okay, I don't know the full name of that movie.
Hotel Rwanda?
Correct.
Yes.
Why would you say Burundi?
Did you not get it?
And
I
only
got
because he
it.
said hotel. You could have said like genocide, UN.
Did this not work with one guess?
Oh my God.
Let's say I'm the champion.
Okay,
then.
let's just
Okay,
move-
now that we're done with that interesting game, let's move on to the next segment of this show, which is philosophical questions. We're going to ask 2 hypotheticals. We'll start with a simple one, just fun, and then we'll go into a more in-depth one. Okay? So the first question is, I'm going to give you guys a simulation, a scenario.
Okay.
Listen very closely and tell me what you would do. Okay?
Love scenarios.
You are presented with a challenge.
Yes.
Stay in a room for 8 weeks and you win 1 billion shillings. Billion. Every 15 days, you will lose 1 category of items until the room is completely empty for the last few days.
Yeah.
Okay? The categories of items are your toiletries,
Yeah.
your beddings, your entertainment, your clothes, and your kitchen utensils.
If I may, can I clarify something? When you say toiletries, it also includes toilet paper.
There you go. Everything. So what we want to do, so this is very simple. This is a very
And
simple
newspapers.
exercise.
And newspapers.
And sometimes it may look like such a silly exercise, but it's a very simple exercise to see what people
Value.
appreciate the most.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you have these 5 categories of items. And these are videos that have been done. Someone was actually put in a room and told to stay there and survive. And I don't know if he made it, but it was a struggle.
Was there
And
money?
Every day something was a lot of
was
money.
there money?
So he was going to win $10,000 a day for staying in the room.
For as long as possible.
For as
okay.
long as possible.
Yeah.
For as much as 100 days. So that'll make it $1 million.
Whoa.
And and every day something will be taken out until you're left with nothing. But we're gonna rappel it up and say these are the categories: toiletries, clothes, entertainment, beddings, kitchen utensils.
Yeah.
So, guys, what is the first thing you're removing?
Kitchen utensils.
Yeah, those things go out of the way.
Kitchen
I agree.
utensils.
On day 1.
Day
Yes.
one.
The
Kitchen
first 15
utensils.
days, Why?
See, okay, food is
I
being
can eat with
provided.
my
Yeah,
hand.
you can eat with your hands.
They're providing.
They're giving you food.
Yeah.
Like, I think in my mind, a kitchen utensil like a kettle, a toaster, a microwave, maybe even a
I
fridge.
know Kenyans love tea, but for a million, you can leave that
See,
tea.
you drink water.
Yeah.
Yes, can even eat out of the table.
Yeah, man, if you just
don't need a plate.
serve food, you.
Actually, I used to be told stories of in the past in my village, people used to be served like at a wedding.
Yeah.
You'd be served mokimo, right there.
Hand.
Yeah.
In the way it's hot.
It's not that hot. The mokimo was cooled.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then their hands used to be, hardy.
And just eat
Not like my
very
stockings.
easily. So, kitchen utensils, I think we can all agree. Those go out the window.
Yes.
I was checking your nails.
Leave my nails alone. They are crusty. Very crusty.
So we've all agreed there. Or what would you
Yes,
remove? Okay.
yes,
So
yes.
next thing. So category 2. What's the next thing you remove? For me, and this is gonna sound a little creepy and crazy.
No.
My toiletries are out the window.
Ew.
My
Ew,
toiletries are out
you're
the
going to be so dirty.
It's okay.
And the
No,
sweat.
see, look. See, the toilet will stay and the
Yeah,
water.
you have toilet, you have a shower, but you won't have shower gel, you won't have toilet paper, you won't have face wash, you won't have a toothbrush, you won't have a toothpaste.
Let them all go out the window.
There are friends on the other side who don't need toilet paper.
No. Okay, for me, okay. This is a bit of an unpopular opinion, but cleanliness is cleanliness because it affects other people. If I'm in a room by myself and I'm dirty,
Hang on.
it's okay.
Hang on, you mean to tell me that if you had nothing to do and nowhere to go, you still wouldn't shower?
I would because I've trained myself to. But if I'm in a room, or if I'm in a space all by myself, and I know I'm not gonna see anyone for a few weeks,
like-
and I'm told my toiletries will be taken away, take them.
But like,
It's
haven't
okay.
you ever felt like just dirty?
And I speak
a
for all
billion-
men.
billion
And I
shillings.
speak for all men. AX. Showering is only important when we are going out. ...
Okay, so are you agreeing with me? Toiletries out the window.
Then I'm going to differ greatly. I'm going to say clothes.
No, why? I need to
no.
get my
I'm alone.
1 billion.
I'm alone in that room, so I could be naked.
You can't pick that 1 billion shilling thing with it completely naked. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You're the one you're the one that has taken my clothes away from
so
me.
you're saying clothes out?
Yeah, clothes out.
I'm saying
Toiletries. I'd
toiletries.
much
What
rather
are
be
you saying?
clean.
I support you because also bathing.
There you go.
This is where we differ.
Yeah.
Next thing for me would be beddings. Those
For
would
me,
be gone.
entertainment.
No.
Entertainment.
No.
Why am I agreeing with GK the whole day?
Beddings
why?
go.
I don't know.
People, you don't want to be comfortable.
Entertainment is the comfort.
You can sleep on so you can use your clothes to cover
Yeah,
yourself.
you can use your clothes.
Okay, you guys still have clothes. I don't, so I need the bedding.
Oh yeah, you already threw
Yeah, I need the
you threw
bedding.
your clothes out.
Okay.
Yeah, so entertainment.
Entertainment.
Is out. I will make fun with my own imagination. See, early human beings used to have fun
Have
without.
you not heard of like people put in solitary
Yeah, they
confinement?
go crazy.
They go crazy.
Yeah.
And then you agree. No,
Entertainment.
entertainment. I must watch my movies.
So wait, clothes is the last one for you?
No.
GK.
No. We still have
So
two more.
after
So yours
beddings,
is kitchen utensils,
then
toiletries,
I
then
agree with Kareli.
then bedding.
Yeah.
and then from beddings I will take out clothes.
Okay.
So entertainment is your last one?
Entertainment's my last one.
No, entertainment has to go before clothes.
Okay. So yours is kitchen utensils, toiletries, bedding, clothes, entertainment, and then clothes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Mine is kitchen utensils, clothes, entertainment, bedding, and then toiletries. Then I want to be clean.
Toiletries are the last.
When you give me my billion shillings, I want to be as clean as humanly possible. Because the first thing I will do is go
But
to a
with
store
no
and buy
clothes.
clothes.
Yeah,
Hey,
hakuna
see,
shida.
here's the thing: we arrive in this world naked. We leave this world naked. I am just
are the
submitting
only
myself
times that
to
is
God's
meant for it.
plans.
And you're choosing to get your 1 billion naked.
It's okay.
There you go.
It is okay.
So now
It is fine.
No,
now
it's
that we've
not.
had some
It is
enjoyment and the thinking juices are on, now we're gonna go into the different conversation.
Yep.
And it's very simple. We all are lovers of history. To work here, you have to love history. And when you love history, the question you have to ask is, if you had the chance to alter an event in history,
Yeah.
if you had a chance to delete one moment, which one would it be and why?
Why don't you kick us off then?
I kick you off.
Yeah.
So this question had me thinking a lot. You know, have you guys heard of the linchpin theory? It's the whole idea that one person is so
Or event.
or event is so important
Yeah.
that it just causes a domino effect of chaos,
Like butterfly effect as
like
well.
the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
But and so to me, when you alter one moment in history, what it can create is a whole alternative history that we've never experienced. And the beautiful thing with this thing is we can only imagine. So there's no wrong answer with this whole idea, because we can never be proved right or wrong, because the only way you can prove it is by looking at history, and history you cannot alter. So
they're actually wrong answers.
Yeah, MC squared is the wrong answer. So to me, the one moment in history I would change, and this is just because of curiosity and delete, I would not let Dedan Kimathi be captured. Ooh. I would not let Dedan Kimathi be captured and killed.
Okay.
And that is now from a purely political scientist perspective.
Okay.
If Dedan Kimathi survived into the independence era and Jomo Kenyatta became president, the weight we hold Dedan Kimathi to today, we have his statue, we have all these things about the Mau Mau, but it's Dedan Kimathi.
Yeah.
Would he have become our second president? Because he was a force enough to reckon with.
He was a force to.
So, and he had the vehicle, because in politics you need the vehicle, you need the finance, and you need the system, and the people around you. He had the vehicle. A number of the leaders in the first groups of our independence were people who were interacting with the Mau Mau, and he had the agenda. These are the freedom fighters. So, would Dedan Kimathi have become our president? That's the question I want to ask. Would we be saying, and if he became our president, now this is the controversial part, would he be a good president? Or are martyrs, because this whole idea of mine is based on martyrs. For me, the most important part of history is death of people too soon. Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, Tom Mboya, Dedan Kimathi, the list can go on. If you remove their death, their moment of death, would they have become better than they were, more heroic than they were, or would they have just fallen into a system that was never meant for them to succeed?
I have one question for you though. You said Kimathi is held in high regard right now.
Yes.
Because of the perceived things that he did then.
Yes.
So what if we, because then by suggesting that he live longer, you've already removed that aspect of him being held in high regard.
Yeah, because
but the Mau Mau were still held in high regard.
Not necessarily, because like after the independence, I'm sure you as a historian and political scientist know this, the government worked quite hard, for want of a better word, to like suppress the Mau Mau narrative.
Yes.
Yes, but it didn't mean they were not popular.
Amongst the people.
Yeah, so if they were still popular and you had the vehicle enough of that individual, that one, the Sankara, the Kimathi, that power, that charisma, and bled it into one person, couldn't they beat?
But Kimathi's martyrdom is because he died.
Is it?
Yes. I think such men as him have a chance to do one thing, and they do it well. If you give them a second one, a third one, to use some ones you like a lot, they end up messing the whole thing.
So you believe in some form of destiny, like you are destined to achieve a certain thing, and he achieved it.
No,
not necessarily.
Yes.
If I have your point correctly, for the no bit, it's more. It's not that he was destined to die, or rather, he was destined to die after having completed his life's work. It's more that dying helped cement his brand and legacy. Yeah.
Yes.
If he didn't die, he would have lived long enough for him to make mistakes that we all remember.
We wouldn't be having a Kimathi conversation.
Would we?
Here?
Or
No,
would
we wouldn't.
For example, another person who died at a very early age when he was growing as superstars. Patrice Lumumba. But we also have Martin Luther King Jr. We also have Malcolm X,
JFK.
Gama Pinto, as in JFK. All these individuals who we hold to extreme esteem.
Yes.
And it's because
If
they
they
died.
were not removed.
Because they
It's
died.
because they died.
It's because they died. Another case in point, Jesus, right? MLK, some people have argued that by the time he was dying, his movement had started doing the downward curve after doing the upward. So he was operating on the law of diminishing returns. So his assassination actually helped. This is an argument, sort of cement his civil rights movement stuff. You could say the same for Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to answer your earlier question about what kind of leader Kimathi would have been, I think we have two parallels, two historical examples that we can touch upon. We have Nelson Mandela, who became a president after being a martyr, and then we have Jose Mujica. Thank you. He was the president of Uruguay from 2010 to 2015. Both men were imprisoned for their beliefs. Both men went up against the state and eventually won. But only one of these men is considered to be like a man who lived up to his principles.
Yes.
and that is Jose Mujica. Like as president, he refused to live in the presidential palace and lived in the slum where he had lived his entire life.
Yeah.
He refused a presidential car and drove like a 1960 or 70 Volkswagen Beetle.
Not a Mustang?
No, he the car, it was a classic car, and he just kept it for decades, and that's what he drove. Meanwhile, from the South Africans I've spoken to, and I need to do more research myself, the impression on the ground is that Mandela sold South Africa to the West.
That's what some of them believe. But another thing, you could also think of Amilcar Cabral and his cousin.
Yes.
One of them was assassinated, but the other one took power. And for Equatorial Guinea, didn't necessarily act well. But because of benefit of time, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a constraint to each tell us what you would alter in history, and then we see if we can have a quick discussion around them. Okay. So, MC Squared, why don't you begin?
Have you ever heard of this quote that says, "Until the lion learns to ride," right?
No, never heard of it.
No, I have not finished the quote.
Oh, makes sense.
We jumped the gun.
We jumped the gun.
We were too eager.
Too big of a pause.
Yes.
You want to write history.
Sorry.
Man.
Hang on. Until the lion learns how to write, the story will always glorify the hunter.
Yes.
Oh, yes. No,
History is written by the victors, not the victims.
Exactly. So if I had a chance, I would not necessarily change history. I would give voice to the lion, to the victims.
Yeah.
So that their history as well as the history of the victors would come at the same time.
So you give the voice to the slaves.
Yeah.
Give the voice to the civil rights fighters.
Give the
to
voice,
those people to tell the story from their perspective.
Yes.
And give the voice to the Germans. I'm thinking,
I'm liking that. I'm loving what you just said.
Give your voice, because you can't pick and choose which heroes you're going to give the voice to and which heroes, and which villains you're not going to give the voice to. Victims. Yeah. So, if you're giving the voice to the fighters of freedom, you have to give the voice to those who oppress the freedom as well.
Aren't you?
So that's the judges. They lost. So you see, they oppressed the freedom, but they lost in the long run. So if they are the loser, shouldn't they also have the freedom to share their part?
They should.
Okay, when you phrase it like that, then fine.
They should. They should.
So you would empower
the victim,
the lion.
I would sort of give some, is it autonomy? I would allow the lion to at least, as the victor is writing his story, the lion is allowed to say how he died. Yeah.
And how it felt from his perspective.
I like that. I really like that.
You're welcome.
We could do a whole episode on that, discussing that. But anyways, AX.
Do we have the time?
You have the time to give us your point.
All right. The one thing I would go back in history and change would be the Council of Nicaea. Are you guys familiar with the Council of Nicaea?
MC Squared's reaction there says he's very familiar.
Oh no, he and I are about to fight on this point.
Okay.
So in case you're unaware, the Council of Nicaea was called by Emperor Constantine in 325 AD, and between 250 and 318 bishops gathered for the council from all parts of the Roman Empire, and they basically gathered to establish Christianity as a religion. They did this by settling the questions that rocked the early church. Questions about the divinity of Jesus, the role of priests, the Holy Trinity, the books that go in the Bible, like the entire gambit. And as a result of, one of the consequences of that meeting was that number one, Christianity ended up as a state religion, and that helped it spread even further. But number two, it kind of consolidated Christianity into two schools, the Eastern Orthodoxy and the Western Roman Catholic Church. Without the Council of Nicaea, we would have a lot more diversity in our beliefs, number one. Number two, it would also address a problem that really frustrates me when it comes to people of the faith. And there's no way for me to say this nicely. The opposite of faith is not doubt, it is certainty. It is when you know for sure that the thing that you believe in is true, because then you don't need faith. Faith exists when you're not quite sure whether that thing is there. Faith bridges that gap. And I feel like, especially for Christianity, some of the big questions that we have, am I wrong?
No.
Thank you. Some of the big questions that we have, the answers that are said, like the nature of the Trinity, we just kind of take it for granted. We don't sit and consider, okay, what is the Trinity actually? Like I remember in the early days of my faith journey, I tried answering those questions for myself, and it made me deeper in my faith, because I was trying to figure out, okay, where in the Bible can I find the Trinity? What does Jesus say about it? What does God say about it? And it really helped me understand not only my relationship with God, but God's relationship with me. And I feel like a lot of Christians don't do that, or rather, it's very difficult to do that. And I'm hoping by amending the Council of Nicaea to allow more diversity of faith, we might be inculcating a critical thinking culture in faith.
I'll give MC Squared a minute to respond to that whole monologue with whatever he would like to say before we have to conclude the show.
One question. The Council of Nicaea, did they meet in Constantinople? No, okay. Number 2.
I don't know, actually.
You said the opposite of faith is certainty.
Yes.
But faith is what makes things certain.
Faith, that's what I'm saying, faith bridges the gap.
Yes,
Right?
so it's not an opposite. I think the two can coexist.
I think the two can coexist. What I mean by that to say is that when you know that something is 100% true, you don't think about it. Like I know
It's no longer
gravity,
faith.
yeah,
No,
I know
it's no longer
gravity
faith.
exists, so I don't
Agreed.
think about how it operates in my life. I don't think about what it means for me. I don't think about how it impacts my life. Right? And I'm just really tired of a lot of people of the faith saying, no, if you're a doubting Christian, that's a bad thing. Like, no, doubt is where God comes in to answer your questions.
Okay.
Doubt is where your faith grows. Doubt is where you're given an opportunity to confront the things that you're struggling with in your life and go to God with them.
Do you know,
I would like our viewers to read this book called The Trial of God by Elie Wiesel. It's a very interesting book on what you just said.
Okay. So you know there's another quote that I love, a very beautiful quote. It says this, very simple. Leave them wanting more. So we're going to end it on this cliffhanger right there. We're going to say thank you so much for watching Work in Progress. Don't forget to subscribe to everything at Fifth Estate, and we will be here with you next week.